Let me tell you something.
Yes, please.
That people would not know. The northern establishment have a special, and I would say special, hatred reserved for three sets of people: Southern Kaduna, Plateau, and Benue. And the reason is historical. These sets of people were never defeated during the Fulani jihad of the early 19th century. They are who they are because they were never conquered. So what the Fulanis were doing was to use the region for slave raids. General Abacha famously said that if an insurgency lasts for more than 2 days, the government knows. That is the real and the truth. And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. 1 or 2 who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They're already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They're everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria. Don't joke with what I'm saying. I have a PhD from Oxford University. I'm a central banker. We don't talk nonsense. So don't joke with what I'm telling you. I have this from the highest possible authority, higher authorities of some of the commanders of the killers and Boko Haram.
You said northern governors, past or present, Dr. Badaya?
No, current. No, they said one of them is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. One of them. When you say politically motivated banditry, could he explain what he meant? He never really explained what that means. Revenge killings. Who is revenging what killing and when? And then mutual violence. Mutual violence itself is a symptom of other things. So I think that response says more about the spokesman rather than actually about the people of Southern Kaduna. Okay, fine. Let us say it is politically motivated banditry, revenge killing, mutual violence. So what have you done about it? Does that in a way explain it away? Does it justify it? Does it make it acceptable? So after saying all of that, what next? What has the government do? See, don't forget, the governor of Kaduna State, in the person of Malam Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai, actually some few years ago confessed openly that, the killings were politically motivated because of attacks during the 2015 elections, and that they had traveled to Mali, Chad, Niger to find out the ringleaders of those who had killed the people of Southern Kaduna and paid them money from our state treasury so as to appease them so that they will not come back and continue the killings. He did not disclose how much. He did not disclose who those people were. So if we knew who these people are and the reasons why they killed. Why haven't we come up openly to identify who these people are? Let me tell you something.
Yes, please.
That people would not know. The northern establishment have a special, and I would say special, hatred reserved for three sets of people: Southern Kaduna, Plateau, and Benue. They would prefer anybody anywhere in the world except those three.
When you say the northern establishment, are you talking about the Muslims in the north?
You know, I have tried to avoid the issue of Muslim Christian. It is not that. The northern power establishment know who they are. They are not necessarily even Muslims, because good Muslims wouldn't be doing what they are doing. They are just a set of murderers, fraudsters, and criminal gangsters that are occupying political offices. This is what they are.
So what is their aim? What is the end game? What are they aiming to achieve?
I think you allow me to talk. If you permit me to talk, I will talk.
Okay, please go on.
They have special hatred for Southern Kaduna people, a special hatred for Plateau people, and a special hatred for Benue people. And the reason is historical. These sets of people were never defeated during the Fulani jihad of the early 19th century. They are who they are because they were never conquered. So what the Fulanis were doing was to use the region for slave raids. They will come at night, they will come at dawn, come at noonday, they were areas for slaves. But our people staunchly resisted them, and they never had a headway. This is why they are who they are today. Then they were trading and all sorts of things. So if you ask me, really, the reasons for the current crisis, where it is leading us to today, is historical, slavery, the Fulani jihad. It is also sociological. Our cultures are totally different from theirs. Totally different from there. We are predominantly Christian. There are some enemies among us. They make up at least over 95% of the population of the area.
Okay.
Then there's the reality of global jihad. That is why I think it is an insult to our people who talk about farmer-herders clashes. Those who use that kind of language are accessories to genocide. Because it is nothing like farmer-herders clashes. Look, the Fulanis living in our community speak our local languages. There are intermarriages among them.
Okay.
So it is not, to talk of farmer-herders clashes an insult. What is happening is continuation of jihad. This time on a globalized scale. The aim is to demoralize the people, to wipe them up, to dispossess them of their ancient patrimony, to take over the land, and to impose political hegemony. Let me tell you, there's an area called Ladoga.
Okay.
That area is bigger than Abuja. For more than a decade now, they've driven the indigenes from that area. It's around Kachia area. They've taken over the area and they've turned it into a vast grazing reserve. Our people are not allowed near there. They have their own emir, they have their own chiefdom, out of nowhere, when in fact, Zazo Emirate starts from Jaji. Because Kaduna belongs to the Baji people. Every historian knows this. It is not Fulani territory. That is why we have no emir of Kaduna. But we have a chief of Kaduna who is an indigene. And because he's an indigene, they have refused to give him first class status. He's just a common chief somewhere unknown by people. So what is happening today is it's a jihad. It's a struggle to take over our land, turn the whole of southern Kaduna into a vast grazing reserve reserved for Fulanis. This is the end. This is the game plan.
That's the game plan. Dr. Melafia, let me come to you right now. Let's talk about today. There is a curfew in southern Kaduna. Killings are still ongoing. What are your thoughts as regards this, Dr. Melafia?
It's very, very clear, sir. The strategy generally is that they declare a curfew, then everybody stays at home, the army goes in there and mop up any bows and arrows and dengons that the local communities have to defend themselves. Immediately they are leaving, you hear gunshots. The jihadists coming, killing, raping, maiming. That has been the approach. Even during the lockdown under coronavirus, this is really what was going on. So I think General T.Y. Benjuma has a point. And I can tell you, the late General Luka Yusuf, of blessed memory, former chief of army staff, he had reason to call one of his successors, an army chief of staff. He called him and almost slapped him. He told him, I wore this uniform before you. I know what you are doing. You are the one giving uniforms and boots to these killers to come and kill my people. If you don't stop it, now me and you. And during that, I can tell you, I won't, for legal reasons, I won't name the names. The people are sitting around. They know them. They know themselves. Then it stopped. The nonsense stopped. But look, let me take point by point, because there's a lot of ignorance going on. Madam Usman, look, fighting went on and there was a lot of fighting and youths blockaded the roads and did some nasty things. We don't approve of that. But if it is true, it is a Muslim attack on Muslims. What does that got to do with land? What does that got to do with land? Why don't you leave it on the sphere of just religious killings and so on? Why do you want our land? Why? Does it occur to you that anywhere you people settle, the place becomes a desert? I don't know whether you understand that. Anywhere you settle, that place becomes a desert. Look at history and look at geography of the world. Anywhere these people settle, the place becomes a desert. It becomes cursed without blessing. That's why you want other people's land. Please go back to your desert and leave my people alone. Please. 2. Ade talks about judgment day. I agree with you. Judgment is coming, because you cannot disembowel pregnant, expectant mothers. You cannot kill innocent children and elders, and their blood touches the ground, and God will not judge. Judgment is coming. Those people who have done this wickedness will carry their own shit with their own hands. Excuse my language.
It's all right.
The time is coming. Mark my words. Obadiah is a minor prophet in the Jewish Old Testament. So mark my words. Judgment is coming. There will be the judgment of God, the judgment of history, the judgment of posterity, and the judgment of humanity. Obi, look, I've heard this thing, Obi, from Ejigbo. I have Ndigbo friends, very dear friends. Yesterday, this weekend, Ohaneze Ndigbo leaders and Afenifere leaders and Pandef leaders from Niger Delta were all in southern Kaduna on a fact-finding mission. The peoples of the middle belt of southern Kaduna, we have a newfound solidarity with the south. Our destiny does not belong in the north. We are no more northerners, and we shall never be northerners. We shall either stand on our own or join the south. Mark my words. Mark my words. But Paul, Obi, you are very wrong. What happened in the 60s, you cannot equate it to what happened today. And in fact, what people are saying it is a kind of nemesis. My father, I told you, was a reverend, a missionary, a pastor.
Right.
I remember as a child, he did so much to protect Igbo families. So many of them settled in my home as refugees, even on our farms. He did everything to protect them, to feed them, until they nearly killed him and killed all his family for protecting Igbo. So it is not everybody that took part in that wicked enterprise, in that pogrom against the defenseless Igbo people. And I've always said it, this country will never be normal until we kneel down and ask for forgiveness from Igbo for the wicked sins we've committed against them. I wrote that severally. Some people from Yoruba land called me and said, but then if you know you've done something to Igbo, go and repent. We didn't do anything to them, leave us alone. That is the attitude of many people in the country. But you cannot equate the two. So because genocide took place in Turkey during the Ottoman Empire, because lynching took place in America, so we, the grand people that sent the slaves there, where if something happens to us, we're equally guilty, so it is okay. Obi, mark my words, when they finish with all, they will come to you. Don't think you are free. Wake up and smell the coffee. As for Mr. Paul, the role of the police, security and stuff, look, we have reason to believe that the full apparatus of the military is behind the banditry and violence, because it is a global jihad. They are financing them, they are giving them uniforms, they are disarming our people and allowing them to come and kill and rape and maim. So Lieutenant General Theophilus Yakubu Denjuma is perfectly right.